Hello, you beautiful creatures. My name's Alexandra.
I'm Angelica.
I'm Cos.
And we are This
This
is
is
Improv. Woo! It's been a while since a laggy This is Improv introduction.
Yes.
Yes. So we have for you a game day. And I am so excited because it is one of my favorite games. I say that a lot because a lot of them are my favorite. I just like playing the games.
That's why we do these things, because we love doing all of the things.
All the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But today, as you can see, Angelica and Cos have a certain background behind them, don't they? Yes, TED. We all love a good TED talk, don't we? A real good feel-good one, maybe one you need tissues for, maybe one that prompts you to move forward in your life and begin a new avenue of adventure, you know? And today, that is exactly what we have for you. We have two of our speakers with us today, and they will be doing some improvised TED Talks. They have 3 slides to tell you their beautiful stories and to get their point across to you. They have not seen the slides yet. I am the only one who knows what those slides are, and they have no idea what their topic is yet. They must correlate their topic with their slides. Now, the reason why we explain these games to you is so that you can play them at home with your friends and your family, or with your classroom, whatever you want to do. It's a wonderful icebreaker. So let us begin. Okay, so our first speaker is going to be Cos. So, Cos.
Yes.
Your topic is how Sarasota, Florida changed your life.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, distinguished guests, fellow speakers, and the TED platform for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Welcome to Sarasota, Florida. That was the sign that I saw. Buck naked, running at about 12 miles per hour, being chased by a rabid dog. And it was wonderful because it's those small moments in each of our lives, those little things, those mundane objects that we're surrounded by, that sometimes just change our complete trajectory. You see, that sign and the way that it stood, I banged my head from the top, just right on the corner, and I passed out, of course, eventually. The dogs eventually ate my large toe, my right foot. But when I woke up in the hospital, and there's only one hospital in Sarasota, Florida, I realized that this city it gave me so much more than I could have imagined. Next slide, please. You see, the anesthesia that I was under during the entire process of reattaching my toes, I assumed, I don't know, it felt real to me, but I guess I was in a wonderland of sorts. And there was this magnificent tea party and the president of Florida, which, well, I don't think there's a president, but it, to me really represents Florida. It was Mr. 305 himself. Pitbull was throwing this wonderful tea party, and we were there, and for some reason Willy Wonka was there, and the Mad Hatter, and we were all just sipping this spiked tea, which I just assume is a Florida thing. I don't know if that's a real thing, but in my stupor, in my delirium, it all made sense. And they really showed me the value of Sarasota and the value of Florida in general, and the way that the sun shines, and it really, it does wonders for your skin. It does wonders for your mind. It does wonders for your soul. And it warms up not just the physical, but it also warms the spiritual. And yeah, as soon as I woke up, I knew that this is not the life that I wanted to live. I needed to change it around. And so I really got involved with, next slide, please. I really got involved with bubbles, right? Imagine that wondrous joy that we once all felt. I want you all to close your eyes, everyone in the audience. Thank you. Yeah. No, yeah, you too. Yes, sir. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Just close your eyes for a moment and just imagine what it felt like on a hot summer day to just pull out that wand from that sticky little container of probably soap, probably water. I don't know what it is. And you pull it out and you blow into it, and you can see that magnificent bubble as it floats across in the wind and goes across to the neighbor's yard. And that for that second, though, you feel like you are that bubble. You are limitless. You are free. You are open. And much like our own lives, we're just so transiently there, just there for a moment. Once you try and grab those dreams, grab yourself and find who you are. Once you touch it, it disappears. Remind you how important it is to live your life. And so I started the Sarasota Club for bubble making, and I turned what was just a dream, what was just an idea, into a multinational $1 million company. Next slide, please. But really, what I think was the pinnacle of my work and my journey was when we actually got into the South Korean market. And you may be familiar with some of these wonderful films, but they all actually used our bubbles. And you may not be able to, but that moon actually in the background, I believe that's the bottom right or bottom left, depending on your orientation. That's actually a bubble. Yeah, believe it or not, that umbrella that's being used there, they're saving themselves from the bubble. Bubbles are actually a really big part of that film. Really recommend you to watch it. And in each of these films, our bubbles were really central to the plot. And I didn't know that, but bubbles have a special place in the hearts of many different directors and artists. And I was just really overwhelmed by the support that I was given. And it literally was all because of Sarasota, Florida. And really, I suppose what my main message is to everyone here is that never forget that all the things around you can mean so much to you if you're just given that little spark. Once you feel that one moment you never know will ever come to you, or never know will ever come to you again, it can change your life. And remember, life, much like everything else, is only there for a moment. Sometimes when you reach out to grab it, it'll disappear. Thank you.
Wow. Well, that was something else. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Kos, for joining us on this TED Talk.
Thank you.
Very inspirational. Now we have our next speaker with us, Angelica. So Angelica, if you could please make your way to the stage. And hi. Yeah. Okay. So, get comfortable, get ready. Mm-hmm. So your TED Talk is about Mary Poppins and her philosophies.
Yes. Thank you for the introduction.
No problem.
Thank you for having me here today. And it is such a pleasure to be able to talk about Mary Poppins here on this stage, the stage that so many great lecturers have once graced. And much like Mary Poppins, I think I will float into this conversation and help you understand why she is so influential to us in the United States and internationally as well. My TED Talk is purely based on the films, and more so on the original film than the sequel. So it's the world. The world is changing for this family. Capitalism is involved. We get the essence of banks and we get the essence of women liberation and women's suffrage coming into play. And how do these children who have been raised in this environment transition into this new method of thinking with their mother liberating women and being able to have them speak for themselves, and their father almost working in this industrial era where money is so important and products are so important, and we're moving farther and farther away from the family point of view. And Mary Poppins helps to bring in this whimsy and helps to bring in this correlation between what the parents believe in and what the kids believe in and what this new life is. It's like a castle, right? So in this castle, we have multiple rooms, and one room is like the capitalism that we're fighting, and we're fighting banks joining this capitalistic atmosphere, but he's locked into that room of the castle. And then we have this other room going on, and it's the women's liberation movement. And yes, it's important. And yes, I think that Mary Poppins is another form of feminism that enters into the world of these children and is so important in transitioning them to the new age. But their mother is locked in. The castle is a transition into this mystical realm, right? So once you leave the castle, once you leave those doors, then you can be free. Just like Bella and Edward, how they have this relationship, but they're freeing themselves from the world they once knew. Edward is trying to free himself from the vampiric constraints that hold him back, and Bella is trying to fight against the norms of teenage society. And that is so much like Mary Poppins, because Mary Poppins is taking the kids away from that structured box-in world, those castle-y rooms, and taking them out into imagination, this world of other, there's this other life, there's this silliness to life that you just have to take a look at in a different perspective, much like this banana. If you take this banana and you just lay the banana like on, if you were doing artwork, it would be right side up. What was a banana? But if you flop it around, it makes a frown. And it's this picture that you wouldn't be able to see if you didn't take things and look at them from a different perspective. And what I think is important about this picture is that all these emotions are important to the children, right? The father is unhappy. And the mother, and you see the feminism there with the pink in the background of the era. So there's all these elements, and the kids feel unhappy, and they're finding these different methods, these artistic methods in showing what they're feeling. And it's so important and transient to the age that they're coming into, how we're going from that boxed in society, those castle-y locked in doors, to this exposure like Bella and Edward, into this new artistic form of showing what we've imagined and making it possible. And only Mary Poppins was able to do that with the kids. So I want to thank you all for joining me for my TED Talk, because I think not only was it important in Mary Poppins era, but it's important today. Thank you so much. Watch Mary Poppins.
Wow. That was lovely, Angelica. Thank you so much. I want to say a huge thank you to both of our speakers for joining us today. And that is how you play Improvised TED Talk. I hope that you guys try this at home. You can try it virtually. You can try it, I know you got friends and family, maybe your roommates, you're bored one night. Just try it. Just have some fun. Obviously, you can play this over Zoom, or you can play it just through a computer. And if you would like to try some improv of your own. You can always take a class with us at www.thisisimprov.com to sign up today for kids, teens, adults, corporate team building, writing, and improv for life. If you, I don't know, like podcasts, you can always listen to This Is Legends of Yesterday, where we talk about histories, mysteries, and ghost stories of Florida. So if you have a story, something creepy, something mysterious, or something historically or just funny or weird about Florida, you can email us at info@thisisimprov.com, or you can record yourself with a story. If you'd like to remain anonymous, we will respect you in that fact. That is your right. I want to say a huge thank you to you all for sticking with us until the end of the video. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, do all the funsies, thingsies. My name is Alexandra.
I'm Angelica.
I'm Cos.
And we are...
This is
Improv. Woo, thank you, everybody. Goodbye.